Okay, I'm going to read Farmer Tice, the first story of the Farmer Tice series from this book here. There are 4 Farmer Tice books in all. And here's one.
Which is book number 1.
Yeah. This one was dedicated
to Uncle Sid.
To Uncle Sid.
And these 3 were dedicated to me, and the last one was dedicated to me and my mother.
Okay. I'm going to skip the introduction.
And my fish wanted them dedicated to them, even when they're not alive. When we were.
I'm going to go straight to the story about Farmer Tice.
Going to the movie theaters to see Snow White and the seven farmers and 12 angry farmers.
All right, here we go.
And at the end, I'm going to go get my Viking.
All right. Where did Farmer Tice go today? He went to the movie to see a double feature put on by the Holcomb Valley Players. Snow White and the 7 Farmers and 12 Angry Farmers. These were box office mega hits because everybody in Holcomb knew somebody who was in one of these films. The main reason Farmer Tice wanted to go was because he played a scarecrow in the second film. All he had to do was stand in a cornfield and look stupid, which of course didn't take any acting on his part. After waiting over an hour in line to buy a ticket, Farmer Tice began squirming about. He had to go wee-wee in the worst way and asked the theater attendant if he could use the potty. Sorry, Mac. But I can't let you in without a ticket. In order to keep from wetting his pants, Farmer Tice trotted to a gas station on the next block and relieved himself there. By the time Farmer Tice got back to the theater, the movie had already begun, and he had to sit in the back row between 2 heavy-duty women who stuck out so much on each side that he was barely able to squeeze into his seat. There was so little room for him that his arms were pushed together and he could barely hold his popcorn. The first time he tried to take a handful, he spilled the tub all over the floor and got the slippery butter all over his boots. To make matters worse, the man sitting directly in front of him was about 7 feet tall with shoulders built like a linebacker's. Farmer Tice could barely see the screen. In fact, he could only see 3 of the 7 farmers and couldn't see Snow White at all. The woman on his left had a hearty appetite and crunched on tortilla chips throughout the movie. And the woman on his right kept talking on her cell phone. Farmer Tice couldn't hear a single word of the movie. For half the picture, he thought it was a silent film, but he was too afraid to complain about it because they were bigger than he was. Every time he squirmed, he bumped into them, and the fat one on his right would angrily chide, "Do you mind? Do you mind?" Like a little field mouse, all Farmer Tice could do was to meekly reply, "Sorry about that, miss. I didn't mean to do it." When the movie ended, Farmer Tice walked to the pizza place across the street and got himself a bite to eat. The 2 ladies from the movie theater were already there, and they ordered so much food that Farmer Tice worried that there'd be nothing left for him. Finally, he got up his order, and he got to the last slice of pizza, and it tasted stale like cardboard from sitting out so long. But Farmer Tice figured it was better than nothing. After that, he decided to go home and headed back to his truck. As he reached down into his pocket to get his keys, he felt a big hole. He went back to the theater to see if his keys were there, but no one could find them. He followed the trail of slippery butter all the way down to the front row, but they hadn't slid there either. He called home and told his wife to come pick him up, but she had just begun watching her favorite TV soap opera, As the World Burns, and told him that he'd have to wait until it was over. Farmer Tice remembered that he had hidden the spare key under the truck, but he forgot to call his wife back and tell her not to come. When she got there, Farmer Tice was already gone. Being sent on a wild goose chase made her as mad as a hornet, and Farmer Tice found himself sleeping in the barn that night, where the billy goat got to eat his butter-colored boots. Bah, bah, bah.
Oh, the next